What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Chris, and today we are going to be going over Discovery Plus's new reality show, new reality dating show, Love in the Jungle, Episode 4, Lynsey's Eye on the Tiger. So this was all about Lynsey, guys. This episode was all about Lynsey and her decisions. So let's just dive right into the episode. So I actually thought that Stefan already chose Lynsey to go on, during this whole mating ritual. So I was not surprised that Stefan gets up and chooses Lynsey, and Lynsey chooses yes. So let's go over the mating ritual really carefully. So the mating ritual happens, and, Stefan and Lynsey, they choose each other. Then Austin and Ashley choose each other. Paige actually thought it was her that Austin was going to choose. So I actually thought that Austin's decision at this point, I was really a little confused about it because Austin and Paige have been getting really close. So I was really thinking oh, they're gonna choose each other. But Austin said that he wants to see new people and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, after the third episode, I kind of understood the theme of choosing different people and seeing how there's different emotional connections that people can make, physical connections that people can make, and stuff like that. So I was really happy that we saw, so we saw that. So Sal goes up with Paige, and this is so it really. You would think that I thought, and this is where I was really pissed off. I really thought Sal was going home because I didn't think Paige would choose Sal. I don't think anyone really thought that anyone was going to choose Sal. And you kind of saw that in the episode because Lynsey even said, who would want to choose Sal because no one takes Sal seriously. So, yeah, I was a little confused about that. But they did, and unfortunately, we did have Paige choosing Sal, which meant that Jordan went home, and Jordan feels betrayed by Rachel because he thought that Rachel was going to choose him, and I'm really disappointed that I'm actually really pissed off that we lost our favorite turtle. We lost Jordan, guys, and I'm really upset about this because I actually really liked Jordan, and I think Jordan really started getting the hang of everything, to be honest. So I thought Jordan was going to stay for sure. So the fact that we do not have our favorite turtle really pisses me off. So yeah, I was not a fan of Jordan leaving, at all. So I don't know what you guys think about Jordan leaving, but wasn't a fan of it. Okay, so then we get Austin says, so now we have them all coming, into the nest. Austin wants to connect with Ashley. Rachel didn't expect, Jordan to go home. I did not expect Jordan to go home. I actually thought that was kind of bullshit. And I was not a fan of Jordan going home at all. So that really surprised me. If you're going to ask me, what surprised me the most out of this whole season, Jordan leaving was a surprise. Was not a fan of Jordan leaving. So, yeah. So we're gonna get right into everything else. So, we have Michaela. She's opening up about her dad, and she says that life is. And I thought this was a good quote. Life isn't guaranteed to any of us, and I thought that was a really good quote from Michaela, for sure. And Austin is thinking about Paige a lot. Probably when Austin was with Ashley. We obviously didn't see them getting together. We didn't see a lot of them getting together physically. Obviously, Lynsey and Stefan are going to be together for the rest of the season. If you look back even to the earlier episodes when it comes to Stefan, Stefan was with. Well, Stefan chose Paige in the first one, but in episode 2, it's been Lynsey and Stephanie for the past 3 episodes. So, it really should not be any shocker that Lynsey, is with Stefan. So we get this new girl coming in, and honestly, that's really just her. She's the guppy. Her name is Gabriella, and I believe that she's the last person. From what I saw, she's the last person that's going to be coming in altogether. So after this episode, I think there's 3 more episodes left, and so we probably will be seeing a little bit more. We'll probably be seeing a little bit more change. So let's just get right into. She comes in. She said it's been 4 years since she's been in a serious relationship, and she's very picky, like a guppy. And Austin and Ryan are finding her attractive. So we have, we got Ryan here, and we have Austin. They find this guppy very attractive. Yeah, so that was it. So then she comes in, and the horn blows, and we get to the mating ritual, which now it's going to be up to the girls because there's 6 girls and 5 guys. So let's get into the main ritual. I used a different graphic before. This was what I used. This is what I was trying to show last time, but this is the graphic. Let's get to the mating ritual, guys. Okay, so in this mating ritual, it seems like the girls have to like go on this web. They have to untangle their ropes, and then they have to take out. What is it called? The adamants on their backs. So this is a spider challenge. So the ladies are all tangled up, and they have to untangle themselves out of the web, and then after they're untangled, they have to take their adamants out until there's one person left. Michaela takes Paige's out, and Michaela gets eliminated. Ashley and Rachel get eliminated. They get the new girl out, and then it's between Paige and Lynsey wins. So obviously, the title of the episode basically spoils who wins the mating ritual, which I don't know why they would do that, but it basically spoils who won the mating ritual. So she ends up taking Ryan and Austin, and this was good on her part because she definitely needs to have a little bit more options. Obviously, if Stefan's always going to choose Lynsey, and Lynsey's always going to choose Stefan, so it seems like they're both in really good positions within the nest, and we know that they're always going to choose each other. So it's good that they have options, and that really came down to Stefan winning the first mating ritual, which put him in a really good spot with everyone. So yeah. So then Gabrielle talks about how she doesn't drink and doesn't want to be there, and she really says she just wants to eat ice cream and watch true crime with her dog. And I don't buy this, honestly, because I feel like she just has to get the hang of everything. But overall, I think she would have done fine. So Lynsey chooses Ryan and Austin. They go on the date. Austin tells Lynsey that he's a travel nurse. And Lynsey's sisters are originally from Iowa. And I know there's a lot of people that are originally from Iowa that moved to Miami. I actually know a couple of people that do that. So, it's definitely a change. Definitely a change in culture for sure. Going from Iowa to Miami. And they jump off this, like, cliff diving water thing. So they jump off this cliff. They go into the water. And they're having fun. So then we see Sal and Gabriella. They're getting along. And it seems like Gabriella would choose Sal at this point. Lynsey says she was a nanny. She does want to settle down and have kids. Ryan says that he used to be a chef and he wrote 2 books. One of them about real estate. Very interesting because I definitely don't get that from Ryan's vibe at all. So then Michaela says that she's been on the most amount of dates and she's still trying to figure things out, which is interesting. And the other group, they get massages and stuff like that. They feel really good about each other. And then Ryan opens up about his father. He hasn't seen his father since he was 30, and it's been almost 17 years because he was 13 when he stopped talking to his dad, and was raised by a single mom. And I'm really glad that Ryan is definitely one of my favorites as of right now. Out of everyone in the nest, I think Ryan, he's the coolest. He's the Mufasa of Love in the Jungle. And Lynsey, she's got options. So we got the tiger from Aladdin, and we have Mufasa. So then we get a little. So then Austin and Lynsey or whatever, they start talking to each other, and Lynsey makes a hashtag Liger between the two of them. So yeah, I actually think this date went really smooth for Lynsey, and she's not going anywhere. She's got options, so she's perfectly fine. So let's get down to the token exchange. Hold on, I gotta do that one more time and get rid of this banner. Yeah, this episode was definitely interesting. I definitely think we're getting an interesting vibe from these episodes. So let's get to the token exchange. All right, so we get to the token exchange, and Lynsey goes up, and you would think that Lynsey at this point would choose either Austin or Ryan, and that's what I thought was going to happen, because she wants to be open-minded. But the fact that she chose Stefan makes me think that she's going to be choosing Stefan throughout this entire season. So Lynsey chooses Stefan says yes, and then Ashley gets up and chooses Deshawn, and Deshawn says yes. And I thought this was a different mix of, the fact that we get Deshawn going up there. Like, we get this guy, and then we get, Ashley. So that was interesting. Gabrielle chooses Ryan, and Ryan chooses yes, and says yes. So that means that one of the old school girls would be going home at this point. And then it's between Michaela, Rachel, and Paige. And I honestly think, and this is going to be a tough one, because Michaela has to choose between now Sal and Austin. And so I think Michaela might be going home, guys. I don't know. I think Michaela's gonna go home. I'm so mad that Jordan went home, guys. I'm pissed. Like, I actually thought Sal was going, but I mean, that's what I got out of it. I'm really upset about that. Overall, I think this show's really good. I'm always interested to see how. I like the fact that the token exchange is at, like, the ending of the token exchange starts at the beginning of the episodes. So overall, as far as my favorites go, I gotta say I am definitely, Ryan all the way. And I really started liking Rachel a lot more. So Rachel the butterfly. So I would say right now my two favorites are probably, and I did like Lynsey this episode, but I still feel like we haven't really gotten too much with Lynsey. And Stefan too's kind of been boring too. So Lynsey and Stefan have kind of been a little bit like boring, but that's because they're with each other and stuff like that. So I mean, it's no surprise. So I actually think that as of right now, I would say Rachel, and I would like it if hopefully Rachel stays. I would hope Rachel stays, because I like Rachel a lot. But I would say Rachel and Ryan are probably my favorites as of right now. And I do like Austin, but I think Austin's, he's going to stay for a while. So that's really it for the episode recap, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Lynsey's decisions on taking Austin and Ryan on the date. And what are your thoughts on this show overall? I think it's a pretty good show. And there's only 3 episodes left. I don't think there's any more people coming in. So yeah, that's really what I got out of the show. So if you guys have any questions about the show, let me know. Take care.